Hey everybody, hope y'all are doing well out there. Just wanted to shoot a quick video to encourage y'all today. So it's part encouragement and part documentation to just show where we're at in our journey, and hopefully me and Laura, who is holding the camera, will be able to look back in a year or two from now and see some of this stuff happen. So to just start small, I've always wanted to do a garden, and we couldn't do a huge garden because the deer will eat everything and I can't afford to fence my whole backyard. So we just got some cheap chicken wire and what are these called? T-posts? T-bars. And just put those around there. So it's fairly inexpensive, like maybe $100 or something like that. And I can't rotor-tiller right now because I can't afford one of those either, but I just got my garden hoe out here and dug it all up. We've already got some radishes, some peas, some squash and green beans, and they're all starting to fruit. So kind of how I plan on growing this, because I got to take small steps, is I'm just going to keep doing section by section. So I got this one, and then next year I'll just move over and add this. So I have all these leaves and some cardboard, some chicken poo in there, just a big compost pile, so get the soil really good and happening there, and we'll just keep going that way with it. So Laura, if you want to follow me, eventually we have all of this, and I would like to put a greenhouse in the middle of it. Put a greenhouse with some tables so we can eat and just enjoy being out in nature. And I'd like to garden almost all of this if I can, but it's going to take a lot more tools, a lot more learning and figuring things out, working on the soil and stuff. But I just wanted to show you guys. Laura, if you want to turn around and just give them the perspective of that again. Yeah, just starting small. I mean, that's maybe 8 by 8. It's not very much at all. So it'll be exciting to see what we have in a couple years. So I'm going to take you guys and show you a couple more things that we're working on. We have a chicken coop and then some dreams I kind of have for the studio and inside of the house. So come on with me. And then here we got our chicken coop, which I would like to be bigger, but again, we're just starting small, working with what we have. So the storage shed was already here, which is cool. So that's kind of free if you don't count buying a house. But really all we had to buy is this. And then we had some leftover wire and just had some bricks laying around the house. So it's not everything that I would love for it to be. I would like for it to be a little more proper and boarded up a little bit better, but sometimes you just have to work with what you have. And I've talked to a few farmers around town and they're like, hey, if it works, then it works. So don't worry about it. But anyways, I'll show you guys kind of what I would like to do in the future. Over here on the side, you can open this thing up so I can have a big opening here. And then what I'll do is I'll just get more of that fencing like I had in the garden with the T-bars and chicken wire, and I might even get some of this other wire I have in here. I might just run big chicken run all around the shed, and then they'll be able to put themselves back in at night, but that'll open things up. Eventually it'd be cool to have this whole yard fenced in so they can just be out running around eating bugs and doing their thing. But for now, I'm just kind of thinking about all of this in different phases. So we'll see what it looks like in a couple years from now. So the last thing I want to show you guys is the basement and studio area, and kind of just lay out what I'd like to see done with that. So come on in with me, check it out. Okay, so lastly, this is the basement / studio area. And Laura just called attention to how messy it was. And I actually did think about cleaning it up just to try to impress you guys, but that's real life. I got 4 kids, so life is kind of messy sometimes. Anyhow, eventually what I'd love to do is like wood floor or some kind of vinyl wood floor in case it does rain or pick up moisture or something like that. But just to make it look more aesthetically pleasing, and just do something cooler to the ceiling to treat that. But this will be an overall studio and hangout place. I want to make it like the ultimate man cave. But for now, I have like old root cellar room that I'm using for my studio, so come check that out. So super small. I got all of my guitars in the wall. You see all that? And then all my weird stuff. I got all my guitar pedals, just cool funky stickers. All my hippie smell good stuff, some cedar, sage, some frankincense. This stuff smells amazing. Some rose water, I love all that stuff. Anything that smells good, I'm a sucker for it. Kind of drives Laura a little bit crazy. But anyhow, it's just a super small space, but it's really cozy and it gets it done for now. So I'll probably always keep this as some type of an office, but what I'd eventually like to do is have like drums, a bass set up, a couple guitars, just to make that a full rehearsal studio place. So anyhow, it's kind of cool to figure out how to make what you have work. So I hope this encourages somebody out there. Just start small. I mean, you may even have less to work with than I do now, and there's definitely been seasons where I have had less to work with. Like when me and Laura lived in Austin, I think our first apartment was 1 bedroom, and she let me use the room for a studio, and we set our bed and everything else up in the living room because we didn't really have that much company. So just start somewhere. Just get on the track to moving towards your dreams and whatever it is that you feel God is stirring in your heart. Just make one small move today. So again, I hope that's encouraging you. Let me know if it does. Again, I'm always open to feedback, or I would love to encourage you on your journey if I can. So if you have any questions or feedback for me, let's have a conversation about it. So just leave me a comment below. I'll see you guys soon.